On the 11th of July 1994, a male body was found by a police boat in the North Sea, west of the island of Helgoland. His body was brought to the city of Wilhelmshaven in Germany, where he was later buried. A murder investigation was launched. At the time of his death, the man was probably around 40 to 50 years old and born during the mid to late 1940s. The clothing he was wearing was found to provide a link to the United Kingdom, with his clothes mainly coming from Marks & Spencer. He was wearing relatively expensive shoes made by the shoe manufacturer Church & Co Limited. The shoes had been resoled with Phillips soles and had the replacement heels manufactured by Dinky Heels plc, Bristol, with the inscription ITS Jubilee and a stylised crown. There were injuries to the side of his head and upper body, and his body was weighted down with iron cobbler's feet tied to the belt of his trousers. The two iron cobbler's feet were not identical, but both weighed 3 kilos. Cobbler's feet are used by cobblers for mending shoes. However, it could have been used in large manufacturing when help with mending was required. They would have been attached to an iron last, which is usually attached to a bench. They are an essential piece of a cobbler's kit. The maker's stamp on the lasts is AJK. The AJK mark was the trademark of AJ Jackson Limited, Kingswood, Bristol. The company existed from the late 19th century to the mid-1960s. Around 1964 to 1965, Jackson was taken over by the Cheney's company, but has since gone out of business. The tie he was wearing was initially thought to be associated with the military or private schools. However, the tie was produced by Marks & Spencer. Our inquiries with Marks & Spencer have found that the codes on the label mean this tie was most likely produced between 1984 and 1990. He wore underpants with a label stating Marks & Spencer's PLC 92. The 082 at the bottom of the label indicates the garment was produced in August 1992 and was potentially on sale in Marks & Spencer stores between then and mid-1993. He was wearing a shirt which had suffered from exposure to the sea and weather. It is believed to have been light blue in its original form. He was also wearing dark-coloured trousers. This is what it may have looked like worn together. There has been extensive investigations to establish the identity of North Sea Man. An exhumation and autopsy were conducted to ensure a full DNA profile could be compared with international databases. Initial forensic analysis suggests he spent time in Australia and/or Northern Europe. This is the critical first step in establishing what happened to him. A new facial reconstruction has been completed and the case has received extensive coverage in the international media. There have been no possible matches found from international inquiries via Interpol or from public searches. The investigation continues, but now you have a chance to help us solve the case. White men who are between 6'4" and 6'6", as this man was, make up a small percentage of the world's population. Being tall often runs in families. Could this be a member of your family? Do you remember anyone, a friend or potential family member of this description that you have lost touch with? If you have any information that you think might be relevant, or the images shown resemble someone you've known or lost touch with, please contact us. Even if the information you have is limited, it may still link with information coming from others. Our priority is to find the identity of North Sea Man to return him to his family. For more information on this case, please visit our website, locate.international.